I'm Vanessa, and this is my home and my minivan. I've been doing this for about 3 or 4 months, living in it in Ottawa, and I am here to show you what it is like. This is my home. So I live in my van. It's very fun. Me and my boyfriend together spent about 5 days straight converting it in our vacation time. And I'll just show you all the bits and pieces that I'm super proud of. So we chose to get a stow and go van for this purpose, so that we could flip open this. And now there's all kinds of storage underneath of the van because we pulled out the seats, which were a little tricky because they were spring operated. It's a little dangerous, but it worked pretty well. And over here was the most difficult part of the entire van. We had to figure out how to come up with a sink. So underneath of this strip is our whole sink operation. So we got clean water going up into a gas siphon, going into a paint tray with a funnel attached, going into the gray water. That works really well. I need some new batteries, so it doesn't currently go on its own. As you can see, I have my pots and pans and bowls underneath here, my coffee in the morning. It's quite a lot of work to make food, so I very rarely have coffee from my van, but I can always make it at work or wherever I'm going to be. You come with me. This is the next part of my van. So this is my bed. I'll show you it in a bit. It all folded out, but as you can see under here, this is where all of my clothes get stored. So I've had to become a minimalist in order to fit everything, but it works pretty well. And then I keep all of my food here. So I got my cups and forks and stuff in this one. I have craisins that I got from the bulk barn, and a bunch of oatmeal stuff. And yeah, anything I kind of need for cooking goes into these 2 containers just of food. And then I will go shopping every 2 to 3 days to pick up some fresh food. I eat a lot of beets and potatoes and stuff like that that'll keep a little bit longer in the van. And then I mostly have fresh food, so I keep a compost to keep everything nice and sanitary in the van and keep all the gross stuff out. And then I'll show you some cooking hacks a little bit later. Let's go to the back. Okay, so now we've gone to the back of the van. In here, I very rarely go in through the side. I try to be as stealth as possible because I normally park in subdivisions. So I'll normally just go right from the bed, hop into the front and get going. But if I'm at a park or something like that, I'll come in through the back and grab what I need. So as you can see, the rest of my clothes are down here. My bedding, when possible, I try to store it there nice and neat. And you can't do anything without the teddy. Under here, we created a storage space for all the extra needs. So a lot of those things are, I have a jerry can just in case. I have a bag for the gym because I shower at the gym, so I make sure to have that. A floaty, sleeping bag, and some bags for grocery shopping. But basically, if there's anything I need, we've also put a bunch of like tools. I have some screws and nails and bungee cables and all that good stuff under here too, for just in case purposes. Now that's kind of the gist of the van. I'll show you it in night mode now. Get excited. So I get all of these out every night before bed, but if I didn't do it, I would not feel anywhere near as safe. Pop these in. My mom put these fun colors on the outside, which makes it a lot more homey in this place. But yeah, I just put my silly throw pillows off to the side, tuck into bed, and then maybe I'll grab that iPad, pop it up here, and I'm good to watch a video. Okay, so there's one more mode that you can turn this into, which I'll show you. Park next to Starbucks and just do my business on the internet, whatever I need. But it's super comfy. And so the last thing I will show you is cooking in the van. It's quite a process, so I'll try to take you along with. So normally I have to come over here to where all my cooking things are stored. This is my only plate, and I get out my only cutting board, and I pop it up there. And then I'll decide what I'm gonna cook. So often I cook beets or potatoes, like I mentioned, or I'll have I try to have lots of fresh veggies whenever possible. But I have to go through them quick, otherwise they get moldy in the very hot van. Then there's not enough room on here for my stove and cooking, so I have to move everything over onto the bed and then get out the stove. I always make sure that all the doors are open, and I normally will open all the windows as well, because I don't want to die. So then all you gotta do is the normal thing: put on your gas, light a flame, and you're good to start cooking. So I get asked all kinds of questions since doing this. So I'll just run through them so that there are no more questions. Number one, people ask me, where do I park? So I park in subdivisions. I normally park next to fences. I only park where there's free parking and legal parking so that I'm not bothering anybody. I shower at the gym, so that is that question. And it makes me kind of work out because I feel guilty just going to the gym just to shower. For going to the washroom, I go in gas stations or Tim Hortons or just wherever is easy to go to the washroom. I get a lot of questions about safety and as a female and a single female living in our van, do I feel safe? Yeah, 100% I feel safe. I honestly, I've lived in a lot of different living situations, and I feel just a lot more comfortable in this one than I even have in some very beautiful, very comfortable homes. I don't love having all of my belongings in here because this is all of my belongings. So I have to store my computer in here sometimes, so I'll normally take it with me wherever I go, but I don't love that aspect of it, but you kind of get what you get when you live in a van. Is it legal? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm
not the right person to ask.
But I'm pretty sure it is. It has been so far. It gives me an opportunity to travel the city that I'm in and to see different parts of it. I've slept all along the Ottawa River, and I really, really love that aspect of it. So another question I get a lot is, am I actually saving any money doing this? And I'd say kind of is the answer to that question. So it kind of depends on if you luck out. So I got the van. I paid $4,500 for the van, and it was in pretty good condition. It was used, and it had some rust spots on the outside, but the engine was really good. So we bought it, but I've had to pay an expense on it every single month. So I paid $600 the first month, $400 the next month, $400 the next month, and they were all to do with the tires. It had nothing to do with the actual bones of the machine, which was amazing because the last owner kept in really good condition. But it just that's kind of what you get when you live in your van. Like I said, the van cost $4,500 to buy, and then I renovated it for really cheap. We were able to get all the supplies for around $600. I had some help along the way, so it probably would have been around $800 total if I had no help. But as far as saving money goes, I maybe would have saved a couple $100 this whole time. If I had no problems with the vehicle, I would have saved about $1,500. But on top of that, I can now sell the van if I want to, or keep it if I want to. But if I were to sell the van, I'd probably make around $4,000 off of it. And I don't think I would have saved that money if I didn't purchase something with it. So maybe I saved $4,000. So that's kind of everything that I can tell you about living in a van. If you have more questions, feel free to message me. I'd love to talk to you about it. But yeah, this is my home. I really have loved it the last couple of months, and I'm grateful for everything that it's given me. If you want to give it a try, I suggest you do. Bye!